Might just be me and you, Krista.
Oh, really?
I don't know. A lot of people said they got stuff going on tonight. They're too busy for us.
Oh,
Oh, nope, season's here.
oh,
I like
there we go.
just you and I. And Bob.
Wow.
Look, Sue showed her face today. A special guest Bob on the call tonight.
Hey, you guys.
How we been, Bob?
Good. Good. I jumped in. I want to get back.
You want to get back?
I want to get back in. I really want to start over is basically what I'm saying.
We got to refresh Bob.
Yeah, I think that it's been so long. I think that's what we need to
Mhm.
do.
All right.
And here, I'll get my video on. There we go.
I get you set up.
But
Yeah.
Tell me where
I'm
you at?
ready.
Where you at today?
I'm ready. It's time.
We're gonna have a
Oh,
smaller crew tonight, so I'll pick apart. We're actually in the middle, so you probably missed Bob. We're in the middle of like a protein challenge, like a mini challenge. Everybody's
mm,
trying to hit their protein goals right now. So I was
okay.
going to touch on that tonight, but since you're here, let's pick
No, don't change things on my account.
let's pick you apart. Well, because we had a lot of last minute people saying I ain't gonna make it and shooting me private messages. So fill me in, man. Where you at? You fell off.
Yeah, I did. I did. I mean, and I had an excuse. I had an excuse. Then I started making excuses. I had that injury, but a month later I was ready to go, and I made excuses for why I couldn't. And it's now we're pushing probably 4 months, maybe even more. So yeah, I've gained a little weight. I haven't gained a whole lot, but I've gained probably 10 pounds,
Sounds
which
like you're gonna be ready for the next transformation challenge, bulking up.
yeah, yeah, that bulk up, yeah. But I've gotten frustrated with myself. But I think this is a good time. I kind of feel just emotionally, I kind of feel like I've made a clean break. I'm done with last year's uh, running season. We're we're ready to get going again, get training for this summer, and I think now's the time.
Let's
Now's the
do
time
it.
to get back in it. I also would like to, and I don't want to bore and hold people up here. I want to get you back on the podcast when you're available.
Definitely. You let me know.
Okay, I would think this Tuesday or next, whichever is better.
Next Tuesday's the one after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First one in June. Okay, I'll put you on first one in June. I'll be in touch with you.
that works. That
And
works.
we had a guest on, a young lady. I don't
Megan.
no,
No, was it Megan?
Vern.
Vern.
Vern goes with the Instagram handle runs on pizza.
Yep.
And do you know her?
Oh yeah.
Tom. She we asked her if there's anyone she hadn't interviewed yet that she really wanted to. And she hemmed and hawed and she goes, "Oh, I'd love to get the Tutu guys." And I said, "Well,
I
I
know
think
of her.
I think we can help you out."
Send
So
her my way.
she seemed real sweet, and I think you would enjoy that. But
Send her my way.
but yeah, Tom. The other thing is I'm going to start on Monday. Okay, fresh start. Boom.
I'll revamp you.
Okay,
I'll
and
revamp you by Monday.
yeah, I
I'll
didn't I
hold you
didn't want to
accountable.
jump in. I don't know where I am on the.
I
I
got you.
mean, I look, but I want to be at a logical place to start. I I, I would. We have. All right, all right. Talk to me, coach. We have free weights. Okay. I prefer to use machines. Is there a major advantage to free weights or dumbbells? Dumbbells are good too.
Free weights, the big advantage is that it's going to be going through a natural range of motion. This is for everybody. So that's a valid question
I
on why
understand
you
it.
see, even if you go to a gym, I'm probably going to give you lean more towards weights unless there's some kind of injury, but it's a natural range of motion and
Hmm.
it's also going to work you through the weak points. So familiar with the Smith machine, right? Fixed range
I
of motion,
I'm familiar with it. We don't have one in our little. It's just a little gym we have here.
but
But
it's
yes,
a
I
fixed
do know
range of
about it.
motion. So you're
Yeah,
locked into that range, which is not as natural.
yeah.
Not as natural. And then you being somebody who's out on the course, that's where it leaves a little room for injury happening. We want natural movement as much as possible.
Hmm.
Natural movement. So but you want a little more of the machine.
I don't know that I'm necessarily being lazy. Um, I just I guess maybe I am. Maybe it's a little it's you still work as hard, but it's a little easier. I'm not toting the weights around. I don't know. I will do what's smart.
Send me a picture of your gym.
Okay, I will. It's small.
Show me what you got there.
It's small, but I'll do it. But when you consider what we pay a year, it's part of our rec center here in this. I do not live in a retirement area, but I live in an area that has a rec center, and we have a HOA, and it's actually for the size of our development. I'm pleased with it. It's pretty nice.
All right. Send me the photos.
We
Send
also,
me the
and
photos.
again, I'm going to stop talking because there are other people here, but we had a guest on last night I think you might enjoy listening to. Uh, Henry Abbott used to work for ESPN. Now, he primarily uh, deals with NBA players, but he wrote a book about the science of motion, and this fellow out in California who's doing all sorts of research for not only preventing injuries, but trying to see based on how people move where they are likely to get injured and addressing that before they hurt themselves. So there's
When is that today's episode?
it's today's episode. Yeah.
I'll
There,
geek out on that tomorrow.
yeah, there's no prescriptive cookie cutter, hey, do this. And he makes that clear. But the concepts are interesting, and I think you might enjoy listening to him. And he's a nice guy. So
I'm
that
gonna
was
check
fun.
it out.
That was fun.
I'll
Good.
check it out. I'll listen. I need to listen to the past one, the last week one, because one of my one-on-ones told me that she gave me a shout out on there.
I'm sure she's right. Who was that? I don't remember.
Megan Rogers.
Megan did? Okay. Yeah, I remember Megan. I absolutely remember her
She's,
saying,
she's one of the poor decision makers that is doing Dumbo, Dopey to Dumbo.
I have quite a few. There are quite a few. We also have some friends who are doing New York and Marine Corps.
I got a couple that are in
Yeah,
that.
that's marathon back to back. And the ultimate was, I thought, was Boston to London because that was only 6 days.
No thanks.
Yeah, we had a couple people do that to earn their sixth star.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right. Let's see how everybody else is doing on the protein challenge. Krista, how we feeling there? I want to pick on
Doing well so far.
doing well so far.
Yeah, I missed the other day, but I've gotten every day since.
Why'd you miss?
So I don't even remember. Probably had something I shouldn't have, and then didn't want to like totally blow everything that day, so I just didn't have
Let's see what
everything.
you missed.
It was on the 13th.
You weren't that far off, 31 grams off.
Yeah, not too bad.
You only had half the Chipotle bowl.
Yeah, I had half for lunch the next day.
That might have done it. I'm looking to see what else you could have stacked in there. A lot of good amount of bars. You had a little yogurt there. Those ratios are the best ones.
They're delicious.
That's the best, highest protein yogurt. If you're looking to get 25 grams and like that's what you're falling short on, and you're a yogurt person, easiest one out there. Like just set, it's 25 grams. The carbs are low, the sugar's low. Let's see. Ratio protein. Kim started buying those. I'd never heard of it before, and I am sold on it. And
Yeah, they got nice texture.
yes, that's the brand name, Bob. Ratio. They got right on there, 25 grams. Let's see. It's got yeah, good texture. 9 grams of carbs, only 5 grams of sugar, but it's zero added sugar. So we know what the difference means there, right? Season, why don't you tell us what the difference is between sugar and added sugar? See how much she's been paying attention.
What, like natural sugar that is formed inside the fruit or vegetable or grain versus adding more in to make it sweeter?
100%. 100. Look, you get a point tonight. You're in a different location than your kitchen, which is freaking me out.
Yeah, I'm downstairs trying to get a workout in, and it's a little awkward.
It's a little awkward. Okay. Krista, if I had to pick yours apart, I would say I'm just looking at the 13th now. Let me pick a different day where you hit it.
Not enough real protein food,
Did you know that was coming?
probably.
Not enough real sources. So this will also let's pick Coach Tom apart for a minute. Actually, I don't even know if I have a good one tracked before because I flow in and out of the intuitive eating phases. So intuitive eating, just I know I got to get my protein in and I make sure I get the handful in and go till I'm full and I feel good and I feel fueled. I recalculated my macros. Focus. I did that actually while I was on the call with you all. Focus with those recalculated macros, starting at what my maintenance should be, what my maintenance calories. Following that for 1, 2, 3, 4 days this week, I was major under eating for where I should be. Major under eating. I was going intuitive and I think I was getting enough protein, but I was not getting enough carbs in. Carbs were very low, fat was a little lower. I'll show you how I tweaked out the carbs because I shared my first one. Show you how I tweaked out the carbs, but I measured and my protein, y'all saw me do the breakdown. Where am I? I have to have a separate app to program myself in here. It won't let me, it's got like a I can give you app. I have to download a fake version of this to do it myself. But day one, I got to 253 grams. I was 19 over. So I overshot it, but I'm okay with that. Actually, no, I got my goal's 253. I got to 272, which was kind of the range I wanted to fall somewhere in that 253 to 300 every day because I am big time focused on recovery right now. So one of my caveats as I up the calories and up the protein, I was sitting around 200, 220 grams of protein every day. Caveat was I wanted to take in less artificial proteins. That being whey protein, I was at a point where I was taking 3 servings a day because it was just more convenient. I would have one pre-workout, I'd have two post-workout, and then start my day. So that was I scaled back one of those. So I was like, all right, I got to replace 24 grams. So I like that you knew that, Krista. Can you make that happen
I can try.
without fish?
Be a lot of chicken
Be a lot of chicken.
and ground turkey.
So part of me, you know what's annoying when you're prepping for the week? When you prep for the week, a lot of ground beef packets, they're 4 servings. So I want it to be like super simple outside of dinners with the wife. I can eat the same breakfast, lunch, dinner, well, I could do the same dinner, but then she's like, "Oh, let's do tacos tonight." So I got to have kind of a meat to make it flow, but I'll cut out four ground beefs where you know, it's a serving each and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm good. Well, I'm out of those now. So I said, in addition, I will make a 5 pound bag of chicken. Did the math on the 5 pound bag of chicken. It was 672 grams of protein. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to miss my goal this week. I have so much chicken left over and I've hit my goal every day. I was in a small container and I finished that last night. Now I'm onto the larger container. So there's a ton of chicken, but I'm out of the 4 pack, the 4 serving beefs. So now I'm going to probably eat entirely chicken tomorrow with all my other stuff. I'm going to pick you apart. I'm going to pick you apart next, Jen. I always want to call you JC because that's what it's in there as, but I'm just going to go Jen. It's been a bummer to be 0 for 3 so far. You're not 0 for 3. I'm looking at your numbers right now, and you're not 0 for 3. I think you're being too hard on yourself. So we'll pick you apart since I have you open. We started on the 12th. Oh, maybe. So 80 grams remaining. 80 grams remaining. Let's see what you got in. No, wait, we're on Sunday. You know how I know I'm on Sunday and getting the dates wrong? Well, let me double check that. I'm on Sunday because the first thing I saw when I pulled her up was 2 glasses of mimosas and lobster egg Benedict. Sorry to put you on blast there. It was Mother's Day. We give her a break. Let's get the real date.
At least she counted it.
At least she counted it. It's I just got started with two people from London. They live in London. They are on the London Marathon course, and their big issue is it was gin. They like a gin every night or a wine every night. And we started on Monday, and they haven't had their nightly gin or wine Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday just because I've been watching. So I get that message going to bed, and we haven't had a glass of gin yet. It's only because we know you're watching. It was my small win for the week. Let's see. 27 grams remaining. So she got in. The goal was 126 on Monday. Got in 99 grams. Got in 99 grams. We got Oikos. Let me just look. Let's just, for comparison's sake, since we're trying to help Jen hit that goal, Oikos 000. All right, it ain't much, but it's good work. 17 grams in that Oikos. If you switch, actually, what flavor was that? Oh, zero vanilla blend. Vanilla blend. Looks like it's not letting me pull it up, but it's got 000 vanilla blend, 15 grams. Switch over to the ratio. You got 10 more grams there. That puts you under by 17, which still falls into that 20% differential. Other opportunities. Let's see. She's got collagen peptides, good, taking care of the skin. What is a Ready Pack Santa Fe style? Adam probably buys those. Faye. Okay, that's one of them little meals you get at Target. That might be tricky to add something to, but if you eat tuna, I might throw some tuna mixed in with that little salad. Or Krista's throwing up in her mouth. Just get some of those grilled chicken packets, and you could probably go over that 20. You'd probably go over that 27 that you're missing on Monday. Japanese fried rice, that's another one where I don't know the exact macros on it. I see it's 441 calories, but just adding a little chicken to it, and that gets you through Monday. Ooh, you're taking your bone broth. That's healthy. Coda here's mommy's home. She's going to come in a minute. Say hi before she comes in. Hi. Yeah, you got a pretty. I went right into Tuesday. Very, very similar. I can tell that you like structure just by looking at the 2 days. Where I think that again, if we switch that 000 to the ratio protein, that's gonna take it up 10 grams, which on Tuesday you're only missing 27 grams. So now we're down to 17 missing. Again, still in that 20% range. And then restaurant spicy tuna roll and salmon roll. Easy. If you're a sushi person, and again, Krista throwing up in her mouth. No, I love sushi. But that's another place I would just order some servings of sashimi right on the side, and bam, you're absolutely gonna hit that limit sooner rather than later. Going on to Wednesday, you were only 12 grams missing. Another day where that you would have hit the nail on the head almost if you hit that ratio protein. Small, quick change. Bone in, that's because you had the bone in chicken thighs. Bone in chicken thighs helped you get closer to that goal. And then today I adjusted her a little bit. Adjusted the calories. Oh, nothing tracked over for today yet. Didn't pull for me. Manual sync, which is driving me nuts this week now that I'm back on
Yes.
tracking.
Annoying.
I had to rework her macros too. I haven't had dinner yet, so I reworked hers and was going through all that fun stuff. But yeah, you're on track, girl. Since February 15th, scale's going down. You're 14 and a half down. So you're doing something right. You miss it a little bit. Not bad. Who else shall I pick on? Since we're in a small crew. And I just opened up. I already got Krista. Got Jen. Jen, I would again, just like I told Krista, one serving of just like real protein, doesn't matter what it is. ground beef and white rice has been my go-to this week. Do you want to go see mommy? Come here. Go. He's on the move. He's on the move. We'll pick out. Let's pick out. Let's pick on somebody. I was gonna pick on Alex today, and then she bailed. And Angela, nope, they bailed. Season disappeared on me just now. I don't know where she went. Let's pull her information up. I'm just gonna chew everybody's protein targets apart today.
Mhm.
Well, she's on track. We just dropped her calories because season's got some solid see, oh, I see her head bobbing around there. She's got some solid weight loss going on right now. She's on track. So just dropped her calories down. Missed the protein. 72 grams season.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't been tracking everything this week.
You haven't been tracking everything?
No.
I'll give you a break.
Yeah.
How's the protein intake been though? So if you're going more intuitive.
Not as good as it could be, but it's better than it has been.
All right.
Yeah, I
think
don't. I've just been lazy.
you. I don't think I've ever seen you be lazy because if you're not cooking something for other people, you're building, you're constructing, crafting, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it. What's your big you got any struggles on hitting your protein goals, do you feel like?
Yeah, I just don't want to cook anything sometimes. I get burnt out, cooking for other people, and then I just don't really want to do anything for myself.
Do you prep your food on the early end of the week?
I prep other people's food, not necessarily mine.
Would it be difficult to like prep one more serving alongside of all that stuff?
You would think no, it wouldn't be hard, but actually doing it, I'm in the moment and I'm just thinking about that food, and I don't really think about myself right then.
When you're prepping for other people, what's that look like? Like, are you
It really varies. It varies all the time depending on who wants what. But it could be family style country food. It could be individual higher protein stuff. It could be a lady's lunch. I mean, it varies a lot
do you like provide the nutrition info
if they ask.
if they ask? That's where I was more curious, like, because I
Yeah.
know there's companies out there that will deliver those pre-portioned, protein-made things. There's every Monday and Thursday at 5 a.m. my gym, there's bags sitting there. I'm like, I should try that. It would simplify my life, but
It would probably simplify my life too.
they also want an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
They
Food's
also,
expensive and the time it takes. I mean, it takes a lot of time. And if you're on a smaller scale and you don't have, giant machines cutting your onions for you, and you're not buying the chicken in bulk or whatever, yeah, it's gonna be time consuming.
I mean, yeah, your operation is your kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah. I got out of restaurants a few years ago, and I enjoy the freedom more cooking from home, but it's also not as convenient for equipment.
You first off, I need a full picture of what you're taking in so I can pick it apart.
Yeah.
But then
Well,
second, I mean,
I think Sue's doing really well. You could look at her food.
you look at you trying to get the target off your back and onto Sue.
No, he can't look at my food because I haven't been tracking. So we'll go back to you, season.
Damn. Damn, she sniped you. She came right for you.
And she did.
That's some savagery.
That's friendship.
That's friendship. You two gonna run a race together anytime soon?
It's a fine question.
I need to know what state I'm going to be in first before I can make any other decisions.
You any closer there?
Nah,
Oh,
details.
oh man. So my closing's supposed to be the 27th, but the buyer is he was supposed to have the deposit last Monday. And instead of sending the deposit over, his attorney emailed saying he wanted to back out of the contract. So, and it's been radio silent since. So I have to wait until my closing to figure out, is he really backing out? And then I have to wait another 2 weeks to put my house up for sale again if he is actually backing out. So
Backing out.
I'm still in Jersey.
Thoughts and prayers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with staying. It's this whole game of limbo that, just hits the anxiety levels.
How are you managing now that season shifted gears to you?
I haven't tracked the list. I tracked Monday, but I haven't tracked the last couple days, but I've basically been eating the same thing. I make overnight oats for breakfast. I make a chicken breast sandwich for lunch, cottage cheese and protein shakes for snacks, some fruit in there, and then I have the frozen chicken patties that I've been making for dinner. And I eat them with some pickles and some Chick-fil-A sauce. They're like a bunless Chick-fil-A sandwich.
All right. Be careful with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
I just do like a bzz, and I'm done.
So
There's a sugar-free version of that that is delightful.
Yes. Oh, it's what's his name?
Yeah, that G Hughes or whatever
Yeah.
the heck his name
Yeah.
is. And they
Yeah.
also have like stir-fry sauces and stuff.
I like his barbecue sauce as well.
Hmm.
the G Hughes stuff is fantastic.
Hmm.
So I bulk prepared everything on Sunday. I was trying to get ahead of the game, bulk prepared, and I forgot to get sauces. 'Cause I usually marinate the chicken with either the GUs or the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo. And then I'll split it up and I'll throw it in the air fryer after it's been sitting for like 8 to 12 hours. I throw it in the air fryer and it's so simple because I just put it in, fire it up for 10 minutes, and I go clean something. And then I hear the buzz, I flip it, and then I go clean something else in it. Like it's efficiency. When I'm a Sunday cleaner, I gotta clean on Sunday. I can't go in the week feeling dirty. I gotta like clean the house. It's my OCD comes out. So I will go into I'm like, all right, I got 10 minutes to get this section done. I got 10 minutes to wipe this down. And that sauce is a lifesaver. I accidentally ran out of both of them, the GUs and the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo, and I attempted to just use Frank's Red Hot sauce to marinate the hell out of my chicken. Not as good. So that might be why I'm slacking on eating it. I didn't realize there was a buffalo wing version, so I had to explain to the wife that. So when she goes shopping tomorrow, we get that. But back to Chick-fil-A. I'm in and out of these gyms all the time, just assessing these coaches and working with them and just doing the fun stuff during the day. For some reason, these young kids, they all just leave Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A packets, the packets in all of the offices. There's 19 studios that I will vary visiting, 19 locations I will jump around from day to day. 17 of them have Chick-fil-A sauce in the office. So I got in the habit of I'm eating my rice and my salmon burger and my shrimp burger and my asparagus. Let's just throw a Chick-fil-A sauce on there. Let's just throw a Chick-fil-A and 3 meals a day. I'm throwing 3 Chick-fil-A sauces. I pulled it up. It's 160 calories in their main sauce. 7 grams of carbs, all sugar, and 14 grams of fat. 160 calories. And I'm doing that. Let's just for funsies, call it 2 times a day, even though I know I've done it 3 times a day, times 5 days in a week where I'm running out. That's 1,600 calories. That's almost it's 3,500 calories in a pound. So it's almost, encroaching on that half pound mark. That is something where I would check out the GUs, check out something else. It doesn't look, oh, it's only 160 calories. Doesn't look like it break the bank, but then it's also 2 tablespoons. I know I don't use 2 tablespoons. The damn packet, the packet is I would go to those. That's the only way to guarantee it. Somebody gave me the sauce once. It is a struggle to if you're adding those calories and you don't really count them or see them. So be careful, Sue.
That's why I have it in the house because my mother-in-law gave my daughter for Easter a container of the Chick-fil-A sauce. So, and I'm trying not to bring too much more into the house since eventually it's going to move to Virginia. So now I'm like, all right, let's use this before. I do usually use the G Hughes for like everything. I love that stuff, but
I thought you were moving to Disney.
yeah, I wish.
I thought you were moving to Orlando.
It's the end goal, but it's not happening yet.
The second you move, your husband's gonna figure his life out, and he's gonna be relocated down there.
Ugh, well, my job just told me today that they're going to keep me on working remote. So at least that's
Sweet.
kind of good. Yeah. Yeah. They like me. They really like me. So,
I liked you last week. You got 2 workouts in. We're on Thursday. I don't see any right here.
oh man, you know what? So this is how I get. I'm an all or nothing person. I got all down. You can ask Season. I was texting her. I got all down on myself because I gained like 3 pounds in a week. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I worked out. I did weights twice. I got run because Disneyland training starts. So I did 3 runs last week. And I got on the scale and I'm like, son of a, what the hell? But I think talking to my one nurse friend, I think it's the creatine because I started on the creatine.
3 pounds is a lot to gain from that.
It is, but I eat the same foods every day. Like I was doing good. I was slowly losing every week. And then all of a sudden I got back into working out. I'm like, it's gotta be water weight.
It could be inflammation more than water weight. When you got back to working out, like your body's going to be inflamed. I'm wondering when you weighed. I almost want to tell you to weigh straight up, just weigh almost every day.
I
Just,
do. And
just
that was getting me even more because now I'm like, why does it keep going up? So then I'm weighing myself every day. It's all mental, but it's like, why do I keep going up? I keep going up. I should be going down. Why am I going up? I got to the point, like, I think I weighed in. I was, my weigh in for yesterday, because I do Wednesday mornings. I was 265, but damn it, if 2 days before that, I was 266. I was like, what the hell? I am up like 4 pounds. So it's ridiculous. It's all
so
mental.
the scale could be tricky.
Yeah.
The scale can be tricky. It's so let's look. I've been cruising somewhere between 215 and 218, and I'm happy there for the current season I'm in, the season of life that I'm in, and what my current goals are, because I'm trying to get stronger. We had Mother's Day Sunday, so that set me back. I weighed Monday morning, I was 221.6. So all right, got my new macros that I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna be on point with those. On point, hit the nail on the head, and I know there's not gonna be a difference. Monday Monday to Tuesday, like I know it's not going to be a major difference just by hitting my macros one day. Like that's crazy to think that would happen. I stepped on the scale Tuesday morning. I was 225.6. And I was like, how the, did I go up 4.5 pounds just from hitting this number? Like hit the nail on the head type of deal. 220. Oh, the stupid, I have the scale at the gym. It does, it's got a blinky screen. It's got a blinky screen, so I have to view the live one to get the numbers sometimes. So then, after that workout, I weighed myself again. It was 216.6. There's no way I sweated out 8 pounds. It's like no way in hell. Then today, 218. Wait, was that today? May 15th? Yes. 218.4, 217.2 after the workout, just because I'm just trying to track everything and see how much water I'm losing and all that fun stuff. Just my own chaos. But then prior to the first weigh-in this morning, I noticed that the scale had been moved and was like kind of janky, kind of like janky looking. And then there was a guy who got on it before me. And he was like, be careful. I don't think this thing's right. You got to let it settle in. He goes, it says I'm 270. And I looked at him and there was no way he was 270. So I checked it before that second weigh in. It read me at 265. So I have now, Chris is like, what? Yeah, the scale's broken. So I have ordered
That
this
scale's a punk bitch.
to tell me I'm 265. Near I had a heart attack. These new macros aren't working out for me. You called it a punk bitch. But like, so the scale could be funky, but also a lot of different things. Hormonal main thing, inflammation, all that fun stuff. There's two different types of people on like with especially with runners, two different types of people. Those who sweat their ass off and lose 5 pounds after a run, and they love to send me that weight. And they're look, Oh, she's not on here right now. Oh, maybe the person I'm going to talk about is actually on the call. But I had somebody said we broke my number goal. I broke my number goal, but I'm not going to count it because it was after a 3 or 4 mile run. 3 or 4 hit my goal, but I'm not counting it. Weighed in the next day, it was like point 0.4 over her goal weight, and she's like, "I'll take this one. It's accurate, and it tells me that I'm staring it down." So you get the Heather. I didn't want to call you out. You were so happy that you hit your weight goal, but now she has got it like right around the corner. She's staring at it. It might even be there tomorrow. So then you get the other side of runners who will run all that distance and get inflamed as all hell and just be bloated. I'm the inflammation and bloat type. Oh, she hit her goal on the nose today. We need a point one to make it to where you want to get to. Point one to make it. She's my easiest. If Heather doesn't get the protein challenge, I would be absolutely shocked. You know what I forgot to mention? Jen, you won the step challenge. I never even tell anybody that. Jen, DM me your phone number if you're listening. Tell me you're listening.
Me, Jen?
No, the other Jen.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, it was you, Jen. You got the step challenge in. She got quiet again. Yay, congrats, Jen.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't know if you're gonna get the protein one in.
No.
Almost forgot to mention that. Almost forgot to mention that one. It's been on my list. I had it last week all figured out and I forgot because I'm a squirrel. But blah, 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 blah. On the protein one, I think Heather, I'm sorry, she's kind of a ringer on this one. And I talked about this last week because she's a carnivore. She's a carnivore, and I've got her at a semi pretty challenging her protein goal is at 178. 178, and that's a reach for most people. Yesterday, it was 154 she got to. 154. She had pumpkin spice latte protein.
I was gonna say I still have to get some from like either a protein shake or clear protein to get there. So it's not all meat or it's not all like natural, but
I do too. My option if I switch that, and I think I just like the convenience because I like to get something in me after the gym. I'm drained. So it becomes super convenient. There's a protein bar in there, which is a decent snack during work. Chicken breast, 5.5 ounces. Perfect. There's a little bit of Colby Jack cheese with that, a piece of bacon, 3 ounces of chicken breast for lunch, smoked ribs for dinner. This is a carnivore. Makes it easy to get there. Skinless mango. Okay. Tri-tip, cottage cheese, smoked turkey, more cottage cheese. She hit that nail on the head that day. 0 grams remaining. She got 178 on the nose. Formula One. I don't even try to hit it 100% on the nose. I just try to get within 10 to 15 grams, especially with the high end that I'm at right now. It's like a part-time gig eating. It's a struggle bus. Who else wants me to pick them apart? Did I pick everybody's protein apart already? I think I did. Denise popped her head in here late, as she does. Denise, how you feeling on your protein goals? She's probably driving again, or she's trying to find the mute button.
There we go. I'm actually walking a 5K right now.
You're walking a 5K?
Yeah,
Put us on mute. Get your butt running.
because my knee's bothering me.
Take it easy. I forget I said that.
So yeah, I'm walking it.
I'm gonna talk about you then while you walk it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Denise, another solid one yesterday. She was 18 grams over her protein goal. She actually was able to get 190 grams in. 3 eggs. 3 eggs, solid right there. Probably got a hair from a half cup of almond milk. Did the Orgain protein powder, collagen peptide. Y'all love your peptides. Love the collagen peptides. Frozen strawberry and banana. Went over on the carbs. That's where that would have been a good opportunity. Maybe scale back the strawberry and banana. But that sounds like it's probably a really good protein shake. So I
Well,
might have
you know what I had.
What'd you
Did
have?
I thought I put it there.
You did. I saw that.
Yeah, that's my crutch. That's my bad crap.
That's a crutch.
Yeah, freaking tea or whatever.
Little cacao nibs, bacon, 3 pieces of bacon. Didn't go over the fat on with 3 pieces of bacon and eggs. So kept the rest of the fat under control that day. You're one who figured out the math I can tell. 7.8 ounces of cooked chicken breast. Purdue cooked chicken breast, 7.8 ounces. That's once I figured out, once I was able to I put in, I'm good for one of those at least once a week. One of them word fumbles. But I recorded everything on Sunday as I cooked it. So I put in the grass-fed ground beef. It was 85-15. I put in the bison. I put bison in there. I got 90-10 bison, which I got to be quiet saying this one. We had some 90-10 bison in there. And then I said that loud the third time. Squirrel brain. Tilapia.
Here's hoping she doesn't watch the replay.
She heard enough of me talking. She hears enough of that. I'll come. We'll get off here, and I will have to audit her MyFitnessPal. She's like, I'm going over on this. How do I do? It's been fun. I can do it with y'all all day, but it's a different ball game. Different ball game with that one. But then I did tilapia, which I know those are 20 grams. And then I split up. I did air fryer shrimp because I got a high protein goal. So I needed to look for a bang for my buck type of proteins. Air fryer shrimp. And then I made all that chicken. And once I recorded all that in, didn't have any other. Well, I had the proteins in the morning, the protein shake stuff. And then I was like, all right, I got 40 grams or whatever it was to go. And I just did the math. Okay. 7 ounces gets me there on the grilled chicken. So I just pull out 7 ounces every night. So that was like I could have gone 6.5. I could have gone 5. So if I adjust the protein goal at all on my end, that'll be the easiest one to just, because I got 4 servings of beef. I got 4 servings of the tilapia, 4 servings of this. Super easy to just adjust. 7, 6.5. I want to go higher. I might end up going higher sooner rather than later on the protein. I might go to the 300 mark. Might go there. Let's go back to Denise. More chicken breast, 5 ounces. Jasmine rice. Jasmine rice, same thing on the carbs portion. If carbs are a struggle hitting that number, it's the easiest one to get an accurate measurement out and flatten that thing out. And all right, I got a half cup. When I knew I was doing quarter cups with each of those meals. And when I realized I was so focused on the protein, I undershot the carbs. And that's what I realized I was doing for months on end. I just doubled all of them. I went from a quarter cup to a half cup. And I was like, boom, carb goal the next day on point. Rice Krispies with the chocolate drizzle. Denise.
Oops. Yeah.
So we got to watch those.
Yep.
Watch those. Calories weren't too far over, but I might adjust them just so we could see a little more movement. Starbucks. Oh, you got the Trenta too?
Yeah. With peach green tea lemonade.
What do they do in that Starbucks? What's the recipe on that? Do they do pumps of the sugar? Is that why it's higher in calorie?
Yeah.
I've never had that green tea lemonade.
Well, yeah, if you get it sweetened.
Get it sweetened. That's one where one of my guilty pleasures is the Venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew. Vanilla sweet cream cold brew calories. That's one of my guilty pleasures. It's 200 calories, so it's not crazy. But if I have it maybe once a week. It's 24 grams of carbs, and I'm trying to reduce the sugar content. So I told them just one pump. I was like, Just give me one pump. They usually pump 3. So it's like 24 divided by 3. Okay. Not as bad. Not as much of an impact there. So that's you could have them scale back the pumps. They get a little crazy sometimes just pumping sugar into there. And it wasn't easy to go from 3 to 1. I went from 3 to 2 first. And now I've got myself where I'm like, I like this with just one pump. It's not as sweet. It's not as brutal. Let's see what else she hit on here. Bacon, cacao nibs, same thing for breakfast. You had lobster tail for lunch? Pfft, must be nice. And lobster cakes.
That was leftover Mother's Day.
How was everyone's Mother's Day? To the mothers on the call.
It's all right.
It was all right. It was the rest of y'all. No, no, no. I know some of y'all got kids. Sue, your kid forgot about you.
No, we all went out to a pancake place for breakfast for Mother's Day since Matt had to go back down to Virginia. It was very nice.
All right. Jen says very nice too. Good. All right. Not bad, not bad. I was supposed to go. You ever heard of the Et Hotel? It's like behind Disney, ETTE. It's a newer hotel on that 192.
Yeah.
If you're familiar, you know it.
Yep.
There's a
Haven't
restaurant.
stayed there, but
There's a restaurant called Salt in the Cellar, and apparently my sister-in-law works there. That's her current restaurant of the week, and she was like so excited. I gotta work, but you guys can come for Mother's Day. I got the reservation. We're all good. This bitch's manager told her, we're too busy. I can't accommodate your reservation. And because you're a staff member, your family's out. Meanwhile, I could have just made a reservation myself because I looked at the menu. I got so excited for the sushi damn burrito all week. Make Chris throw up again. They had a sushi burrito, is all I wanted. Like, highlight of my week, looking forward to it. And then bam, I get this news. We had Mother's Day at Bahama Breeze. You know Bahama Breeze.
Mhm.
And I knew I was going to be eating right this week. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get
Just have a bunch of pineapples.
Huh?
Just have a bunch of pineapples.
No, I went with the shrimp pasta. I was like, I'm gonna be eating right this week. Let's just cap off the week before I get back on track with shrimp pasta. Yeah, I
So,
picked apart everybody's protein.
hey, I'm gonna so you asked when Sue and I were gonna run a race together.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm coming.
Well, she's not doing wine and dine. I'm not doing Disneyland. That's fine. So I sent her an alternative today. And I don't understand why she doesn't want to do it. It's called the Buck Creek Streak 5K trail run clothing optional. Now, I don't see why this is a problem. I think we should do it. Sue?
I actually will be in Disney that day for my anniversary, so I can't. I would have totally done it with you, but unfortunately, we already booked the airfare. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. I Googled it and I clicked the link and now I'm on the American Association for Nude Recreation website.
Okay, so apparently my husband was raised a nudist down in Florida. Okay. Yeah, I know. And he sent me this as a joke because I'm always like, no. He'll tell me stories about, they went to summer camp and they jumped off of this and they did this. And I was like, okay, but he did all that naked. And he's like, yeah, naked. Okay, all right. So he sent me that kind of as a joke. And then I sent it to Sue and then I started thinking about it. I was like, that could be interesting.
Oh my God.
We're
It's in
friends, but
my
I don't know that we're ever going to be that close of a friend. Like my husband's stuck. He signed the marriage contract, so he has no choice. But I would not. We're just never going to be that close. I love you, but not like that.
If
And I will do
we're wearing
it.
clothing.
Y'all are wild. Good song, Krista.
But I won't
Y'all are
do
wild.
that.
I would not. No, I don't want to be running around naked.
No, we're gonna
I'd
be
still wear a
close.
sports bra, damn it.
Right, for sure. I
Yeah.
can't imagine the chafing that
No.
would happen otherwise, but
Among
She
other
did-
things. I
she
have two
asked-
black eyes.
She asked me where the bib goes.
apparently they have ankle straps.
It's in Carolina too. Like y'all got bugs out there and stuff. Like no,
Y'all got bugs.
like
says the
there's
guy in
there's
Florida.
there's creatures and stuff. I'm not trying to get bit by anything while I'm in my skivvies. No, no, thank you. Well, there's no skivvies, I guess. I'm just no.
No
Oh my
skivvies to
God.
worry about.
Oh my God. I just lost my train of so
You're welcome.
wait, she's not doing Disneyland. You are?
I'm
Sue,
doing Disneyland.
Sue's doing Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're doing Halloween though.
Yeah, I'm doing Halloween.
You're not doing the last one.
No.
Anybody else doing the last one? I told y'all how I got into that one, right?
Yeah, I'm doing January.
You are in January. I'll be there.
Good, good.
I told them the story. I was on a cruise ship and I was joking with Adam, and long story short, he believed me, and then he ended up booking it for all of us.
Okay. I looked at it and thought, if Disney takes 5 or 6 years to come back, I don't know if, I mean, I hope I'll still be running, but
I hope you'll still be running too.
I hope so.
I hope
I
you'll
don't
still
think
be
there's
running.
any guarantees.
If not, I'm gonna have to push you in the chair. I'm always impressed when you push the chair.
Yeah, I would do that again. That was a real challenge this last year, though.
That
Having to do it myself, that was hard. And at the end of Dopey, that was tough.
I
No kidding.
pushed. You know Adriana, right? Adrilu?
I'm sure I do.
I'm sure you do. She's another. Her mom Stacy pushes her chair, and Stacy's very fast, much faster than me. And I offered. I was like, I'll push her for a bit. That's a whole different freaking ball game. That is a whole different ball game. And no one told me that I'm supposed to be strapped in as she's going downhill. I didn't
Yeah.
realize there was. I didn't realize there was a wrist strap, and I almost lost this poor girl because
I
she's
didn't have a strap, but downhill's tough. Woody goes about 200 pounds. So,
also.
Dang.
yeah, he's 6'5".
Yeah. Adriana's probably a $120, $110 at the best, if that. So
I
don't know
would
if
still
can push Woody.
do it. I mean, I would still do it, but I can't do it by myself anymore. I can do it by myself for a half, but not for a full.
You need a tag team for that.
Yeah.
You need a tag team for that. That's
I
me
did
just
it
tapping in
years
for a couple minutes was rough.
Yeah, I did it 2 years ago, and I had some help. I probably only did 20 miles 2 years ago, and I know it sounds like, ooh, yeah, it made a big difference. Those 6 miles made a huge difference.
All right.
I like how you said only 20. I mean, that's
All
amazing.
right, that's the way we do, right?
I mean, that's it. It's easy work. What else we got? What else we got? We covered everybody's protein except for Bob. Does everybody think Bob's going to get back on track on Monday?
Yes.
We're going to give it we're going to give it a good, honest effort.
Everybody's going to send him a message.
You're
Maybe
welcome
I
to.
should come on this Tuesday so I could keep you accountable.
Okay.
You know what? Then I can also announce
up to
the
you.
the sponsorship winners.
Oh, you want to come on this Tuesday? You
I
can do that.
finally finished reading through 150 people that sent me messages about that.
Let me see who's on this. I know who's on this Tuesday. John Pelkey is.
Whoa.
Aw.
Those are big shoes to follow.
He's I talked to Grant about the Pelkey Run Club. Grant founded that.
Yep.
And I said, well, let's see. I had talked to John too, at one of the races. But he was visiting his mother, and his mother doesn't have Wi-Fi or anything. So I thought he wouldn't be able to join us, but he jumped right in, and yeah, he was excited about it. What the heck was I going to look for? Okay, I'm going to put you in. I'll get in touch with you here. I'm going to put you in. Let's see who else is here. Pelkey. Yeah, I got this guy, Matt Bowen. Matt, you know who Matt is, John? Matt is the guy who carries the flag at all the races.
Oh, he's pretty badass too.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy.
he is.
He's a very nice guy.
I'm not sure what he wants to talk about, but I figure I give him a forum. He does a lot for charity, so.
I mean, that's a good thing to chat about, and just a lot about his why, in my opinion. Why he does that's crazy.
Yeah,
He carries that thing like a boss.
he's a good guy. I had a soldier one time who used to carry our guidon. Now, guidon's not as big as an American flag, but he would carry it. he would lock his elbow and hold it straight out at the base, hold that thing up. I don't know. And he'd do it during, 3-4 mile runs. I don't know how he'd do it.
Champ. Champ.
Yeah.
So when does your next training session start? When does your next season start, Bob? For July?
I guess so. I mean, I go year round. I go year round with Twigs, so I'll
Did he tell you I signed up?
no.
I did. Did I tell you all that? I'm gonna get better at my running, so I signed up.
Good for you. Wish I could.
Good deal. My
Were you-
biggest one thing would be just like we're doing here, meet up. He does Tuesday mornings and evenings.
I gotta pop in there.
Yeah, make one of them. That's really the best benefit is to make one of those.
That's what I tell people on this one, and then I love the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a few others that pop their heads in here, but there's a bunch that never pop their heads on.
Yeah, they don't. And
I message them.
I mean, they literally don't know what they're missing. And I'm not saying, oh, shame on them. It's just they don't recognize the value. And therefore, if they came, they would probably come back.
I got to get on one of those calls. I got to get on one, got to make it happen. Krista, with that being said, I heard you chime in there.
Mhm.
Knee surgery's on the schedule.
Yep,
Are you excited?
I am because I want to get it over with.
It's less than a month out.
What's being done, Krista?
Just some cartilage,
Okay.
shaving down. That's all I hope.
Okay.
But at this point, with the MRIs and stuff, that's all it should be. Now it might be different once he gets in there.
Right.
What did they give you for timeline?
I haven't really heard anything yet, but I have my pre-op appointment on the 3rd, so I'll probably get a lot more information that day. They told me like you'll just be on crutches for a couple of days. You
Oh,
can go to
really?
work and yeah.
I'm surprised at that.
So
Because I
she-
had years back, I had arthroscope. Heck, I walked out of the hospital. Yeah, I was surprised at that too, Tom.
Yeah.
I was very surprised, but I did. I was a high school basketball referee at the time. I was refereeing 6 weeks later.
Yep.
So
That's got to be pretty encouraging to hear.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so, Krista. I hope so. I would be optimistic. I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean the doctor is the one of the orthopedic guys for the Rays, so
Oh, that's a
can't go
big
wrong
deal.
there.
That's a big deal. Yeah,
You're in good hands.
yeah.
I would say probably biggest concern is right now, timeline wise, she is perfect wine and dine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You'll be yes. I mean, yes, you'll be good.
See?
Mhm.
You're going to be just fine. We're keeping that
I'm not worried.
status.
I'm not worried about that really. I mean, I just might have to do a lot more walking in the beginning.
I've been
That's all
more
for
more
pool.
so if they couldn't get you in time. Like if it was,
Right.
hey, yeah, we could do it in August.
Right, yeah.
Then
Well,
it gets
luckily,
tricky.
not in Canada, so I don't have to wait that long.
Heard you say pool, Krista. Pool's great.
Yeah.
Do you have access to a pool?
Yep. It's not the biggest pool, but I mean, it's there.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to provide some good resistance, and it does. The deep end, I think, is 5 feet. So that's not too bad.
Our gym has a pool, never used it. In the year we've been going to this particular gym, never used it. I get pool running on the coaching menu. And all right, we're gonna go try some pool running. And there was I don't even know what you call it, like a dancing aerobics class happening in the pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, there goes me testing out this pool running everybody's been talking about. Biking and pool workouts once your incision is all healed up. Heather's our physical therapist on the call tonight.
Those are great ideas. Yeah.
She's taking care of the North Dakota region.
Yeah, I have a stationary bike at work too. So,
Yeah, you've got access to all that stuff.
mhm.
You'll have a fast recovery. And then we'll start beating you up again.
Yeah.
let's see. We talked a little bit about, we dove into everybody's protein stuff this week. Should we cover, what should we cover next week? Anybody got any like requests? If not, I'll come up with something.
I know you will.
All right.
Actually, I just have a quick question that I meant to ask you before 7:30, but it didn't happen. The creatine, before or after a workout?
I've religiously taken it before. It
Okay.
won't make much of a difference. I have been doing a lot of research and reading. It's always been for the past 30 years. Everybody's been saying 5 grams of creatine, and they have recent studies, like very recent, the past couple of years, are showing crazy long-term cognitive benefits, long-term brain health benefits at 10 grams. So I am now taking it personally before and after I work out. So 5 and 5.
I was mixing it with my BCAAs after my workouts, but then my husband was like, "No, you're supposed to take it before." And I was like, "I'm going to ask Tom."
It might have, it would probably help a little more with endurance during the workout,
Okay.
but it's not going to give you a major kick in the pants before the workout. Like once it's loaded in your system, you should be good. Maybe a 10% benefit doing it on the front end.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, I'm up to 10 grams and I can feel myself getting sharper as the days go by. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, I'll just start taking 15. We'll see how that goes. All right. I have 7.5 ounces of chicken to go eat to hit my goal for the day. Go hit your protein goal. Jen, keep hitting your goal. You're getting closer every day. Switch to the ratio protein, and I will see you all Thursday.
Best way to contact you, Facebook Messenger, okay?
Yeah, if you don't have my
Okay.
number, Facebook's okay. Not, I'll shoot you my number.
Either way, whatever's easiest for you. I'll hit you on Facebook Messenger first, though. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
See y'all next week.
Right.
Bye.